Hello, good evening, everyone. You are all welcome back to Mindshift Summit Day 3. We are so sorry for the delay. We had an issue on our side, and we bless God we have been able to fix it. So, we are going to continue what we have started 2 days ago, and we will finish today by the grace of God. And today we have our speakers ready to teach us today. We believe that we are all ready to learn from them. First speaker here is Harrison Emu, who will be taking us for the next 1 hour. I'll be introducing him shortly, but before then, I want to introduce myself again. I am Peter Abubwe, and I'm your moderator for today's event. So with us is Mr. Harrison. Hello, Mr. Harrison. Please unmute yourself.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Good evening, sir. We
Good
are
evening.
we are glad to have you on stage today, and I believe that people are as well ready to hear from you today. So, sir, please. Sorry, I did not really introduce you well because of time. You can as well give us a little introduction about yourself. So, over to you, sir.
Okay, just hold on. I'm trying to share my screen. Okay, good evening, everyone. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Okay, I guess
Can you hear me?
we can hear you, sir.
Yes, please. So I would like a form of feedback so I know if I have a technical glitch on my end. So I don't just get to talk and at the end of the day I'm not, communicating. So please be around or something so I can have that feedback is very essential.
Okay, sir.
Yes, thank you. So good day, good evening. I guess I'm being heard. My name is Harrison, and I'm a digital consultant, and I want to talk very briefly on building a digital culture for global relevance. And I think I have about 15 minutes going by the time I allotted for this. So we'll move pretty quickly. I have a certificate in marketing, in IT, a product owner, and an in view MBA, which I hope to round up next year. And also, I do a lot of business management. In fact, I've gotten a few awards on that, and I work in Africa's number one edutech company. I'm passionate about education, HCD, and what have you. So, moving on, with each new day in Africa, a gazelle wakes up knowing he must outrun the fastest lion or perish. Same time, a lion stirs and stretches, knowing he must also outrun the fastest gazelle or starve. So the irony behind this is that whether you're a gazelle or you're a lion, when the day breaks, you need to start running. And when we talk about running, we talk about change. When we talk about running, we talk about innovation. Right. So some quick facts. Africa is home to 8 of the 10 fastest growing economies in the world. It is said that in sub-Saharan Africa by the year 2030, about 230 million jobs will require a form of digital literacy, will require a form of, IT skill, and this translates into an opportunity of about, 130 billion annually into the African economy, right, by 2030, right? 230 million jobs. So, but the truth is, currently, only 50% of African countries have IT skills as part of their current curricula, even in their education systems, as compared with 85% across the rest of the world. So there is an education debt in Africa, there's an information debt in Africa. So these are some of the challenges that plagues us in Africa. And the truth is currently 70 to 80% of jobs, right? Not even in the world. Here in Africa, 70 to 80% of the jobs that are available now require digital skills. But the truth is, we can't cope with these digital skills. We don't have that necessary requirements, right? So, what is the way forward, right? What is the way forward? How does Africa plug this digital literacy gap? How do we feel this need? How do we, become better in this aspect, right? So, sadly, most of these roles, like I said, are being filled from the international job market. That's why most of the C-level jobs currently in Nigeria, in fact, across Africa, they are being filled by international, candidature. So the truth is, I hear a lot of Africans say there are no jobs, there are no jobs, there are no jobs, but that is not the reality. The truth is there are jobs, right? There are jobs. I Funny enough, I got my first employment. I usually tell this story all the time. I got my first major employment while I was still in school, 200 level second semester, right? And that was a job that people with furnished certificates, people that had probably even done their masters, were applying for, right? So you cannot tell me, you cannot sit down and tell me that there are no jobs in Nigeria, there are no jobs in Ghana, there are no jobs in wherever you are, whichever country, right, that you're tuning in and listening to me from. There are jobs across Africa, right? I used to have a mentor that he he's actually one of the best guys I know in the market. He has worked from in a period of about 2 years. He did about 6 key positions in different organizations in a period of 2 years. So if someone, a human being, can jump from one organization to another 6 times in 2 years, filling different roles, and none of those roles had probably their basic. basic salary package for less than 800,000 to 900 or 1 million. So if such jobs are available, right? You can't tell me that, a mid-level job or an entry-level job, which is almost everywhere, is not available. So the problem is not the job. There are lots and lots and lots of jobs in Africa, in Nigeria to be specific, right? But the truth is, who are ready or are qualified to fill these jobs? That's one of the issues. And one of the ways where people are not qualified currently is digitally. Digital literacy gap in Africa is so wide, and the truth is, a lot of these countries are not doing enough to plug this gap. But the focus is not on the countries now. Individually, what are you doing to plug this gap for yourself? Because the truth is, no matter the job you do in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, right? If you do not know how to navigate your way with a computer, if you do not know how to, find your way around a phone, a tech device, how to use some of these communication and platforms, the truth is you'll find yourself out of a job, right? Even pastors now have to come on Zoom, right? There's a joke that native doctors now are now doing, their incantations. They are now communicating with the gods through Zoom and Skype and WhatsApp, right? By the way, Skype is now Teams. So Africa needs to go digital. There's no, you know, better truth than this. Africa needs to go digital. So triggers necessitating digitalization will be very fast. Like I said, in every single thriving economy in the world today, digital penetration is key and at the fore. So going digital is as much about the mindset as it is about the infrastructure. One of the complaints we have in this part of the world is that we don't have the infrastructure. We don't have this, we don't have that, we don't have the physical. But the truth is, it is about the mindset. Digital is not just about what you have. It's about how you think about what you have, right? It's an abundance mindset, right? So one of the things I'm grateful for is that in the past 3, 4, 5 years, agile has become an integral part of the work culture here in Africa, right? So that has, given us a kind of leverage that would see as we progress. I wish I had more time. So the world is going digital and it's no longer a game of if or when. It's a catching game now that we are playing in Africa. We are trying to meet the gap. We are trying to close the gap between us and the rest of the world. Unfortunately, we are doing that a bit. So with the fourth industrial revolution, there is no other way out for Africa than for us to come online. So Africa needs to come online. So a little bit of insights. So this is something from some of my friends as the business agility here in Africa. So I wish I had time to explain this graph, but if you check right to the right hand side of the screen, you'd see that in North America, the you know the literacy or the digitalization trend is actually on a downward spiral, right? Even in Asia, right? Even in Oceania, Africa has the best chance, right? From 2018, Africa was 16%. Now we are at 25%. So we are kind of getting better digitally. And one of the anchors of this digital penetration in Africa is the agile framework, right? This is actually an insight into agile. So, but I don't think I have time to talk about that. But let's talk about the scope of digital penetration. So, going digital is not just about individuals, right? It transcends from the individual level down into the business level to SMEs. Small SMEs also need to go digital, right? As much as individuals need to go digital, also B2B businesses, right? Also need to go digital, and B2C businesses need to go digital. Talking about B2C, talking about business to customer, talking about business to business. So digital, it cuts across each and every part of the economy, right? So if we want to compete in Africa, what must we do? Number one, growing up, we were taught that there were three key skills: reading, writing, and speaking. Well, today we have a fourth, skill, a fourth core skill, and it's IT, digital literacy, right? Everybody, in as much as you can read, write, and speak, it's not complete if you don't have that digital aspect, if you don't have that IT aspect, right? So digital technologies, they've spread across African continent. We understand. a lot of facts, figures, you know, UNICEF, Google, yes, Google Digital Africa Literacy. A lot of all those things are happening at the same time, and information is spreading. But where I have a personal issue with all these things is it is not being implemented. So it's that implementation that I am still trying to find. But let's hope that as we move forward, we start seeing some of all those things. So I think one of the essential things we need to do is start from the grassroots, right? We need to start educating. We need to bring these things into our curricula, into our syllabi. We need to start, teaching our kids from a very young age about digital literacy, right? We need to engage these kids. We need to help them. We also need governmental support, right? And that's why one of the things we do here in where I work, we are currently even engaging a lot of MCDAs, and one of the things we are gearing towards is governmental support, right? So it is very, 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 very important for us to have the support of the government, and I am very glad that the Minister for Digital Economy and Communications, Dr. Isa Pantami, is actually doing a whole lot, right? So we need inclusion. We need inclusion at all levels, inclusion at all levels, right? Across the school, across the churches, across, gender, everywhere. Digital literacy is not something that is only for one part. It's not something that's only for, white collar or C level or management level or entry. It cuts across. So everybody needs to know how to use basic tech. Everybody needs to know how to use basic tech, right? So certifications and rigorous implementations, of course, right? We all need to start implementing. Like I said, it's not about going on Google to learn Google digital marketing skill or acquiring the certificate. You must implement. Implementation is a very key aspect of the digital economy. So where can we compete? I believe Africans can do great things if we come together, if we start telling our own stories, if we start innovating, right? If we bring these skills that we have learned into our market, right? If we start doing business differently, if we took all our business digitally, imagine a world, imagine an Africa where you do not have to go to the market to get your groceries. Imagine an Africa where you do not have to stand at junction to get a taxi, right? Imagine an Africa with all these various possibilities where you do not have to step into an institution for you to go to school, where you can go to school right from your house. So that is the future, right? We need to embrace technology, even in our businesses. We need to collaborate, right? We need to collaborate. The future of work, right? This is somewhere I wanted to dwell, but unfortunately I can't. Like I said, agility has played a very big part in this whole process. The COVID-19 pandemic has, acted as a catalyst, and it has catalyzed the way we work, and it has changed a lot of things, right? So we've gone through the first, second, third industrial revolutions, and now we are in the fourth industrial revolution. And this time it is an IT revolution. It's an industrial technology revolution where we have artificial intelligence, we have AI, big data, IoT, cloud, right? So, um, talking from my vantage, I'm opportune to be working in a place where I am centrally placed to, see all these things interplay with each other. And I tell you, the future is going to be very, very big for Africa. But we have to key into it. We have to key into it. Right. So a peek into the future. I outlined about 10 things that I think will happen in the future, which unfortunately I will not be able to go into any of them, but there will be a business shift, drivers of digital adoption. It will be the youth. The youth are going to drive digital adoption. There will be remote work and virtual collocation, which is already happening. Improved consumer participation, definitely. Individual versatility. People are going to, become diversified, and they're going to learn to do different things. And that is when um, the uniqueness of Africans will actually come to fore. There will be innovations in emerging industries, increased revenue. Definitely, Africa's GDP would definitely go up. In fact, currently, in amidst the coronavirus, I think Africa is one of the places that has shown positive light. Africa, the Middle East, probably. So there will be organizational, structural, cultural reforms, startups, business power shifts. Yeah. So what are the takeaways? The business environment in Africa and indeed the world is changing, and only organizations and agencies that can adopt fast and well enough will be safe. So you have to become flexible to these digital skills. You have to become empowered, empower your people, not just about yourself as a leader. Probably you're a business leader listening to this. It's not just about you, it's about your team. You have to, invest in mentorship, R&D, that's research and development, constant re-education, both for yourself and your team. Then learn to give autonomy, learn, servant leadership, learn relax. So to conclude the story of the metamorphosis of a butterfly, like I was saying here, the biggest takeaway for us is change, right? Africa need to learn how to change. We need to change with the time. We need to change with the tide. It's not just about what we used to do. It's about what we want to do, not just about what we used to do, or about what we want to do. So, in conclusion, the story of, the butterfly, it starts as an egg. So, right now, as an egg, then you see the butterfly changes to the imago, to the pupa, to the larva, just like that. And during this process, it doesn't look beautiful. It doesn't look as if anything is happening, right? And probably Africa is in one of these stages. But trust me, the end is going to be very beautiful, right? When a very colorful butterfly comes up. So that's how the story is going to pan out. It might not be too beautiful currently, but trust me, if Africa does the right thing, if we are able to bring the digital mindset to bear correctly in our economy and in every other part of whatever we are doing currently in this continent, we are going to get to that end stage. So thank you very, very much. The true beauty is often marked in challenges, changes, and adaptation. So thank you very much. I hope I didn't go over. Okay, I think I went over by 2 minutes, but thank you very much. See you some other time.
Wow. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Was that was very, very short and precise, and we are glad to have you on stage, sir. Thank you very much for your time with
Thank
us.
you.
Sorry for the short time that you had to speak and dish out all this knowledge. But I believe the next time would be better.
No problem. No problem. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, I have to be on my way now. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Okay, that was a nice session by our speaker, Harrison Emu, and I believe we got it very, very well. Now, talking about digital skill is very, very important and is a must for every one of us currently. The way businesses are being done now is different way. Is a is done in different way. Today, people can stay in their houses and do a lot of businesses online. Even the richest people on earth today, most of them, their businesses can be done at home. Look at Facebook, for example. Facebook can be done at home. They don't really they don't really need to go to office now before they can do a lot of things. At the peak of the pandemic, Twitter had to ask all their staff to be working at home. So what are you doing about your digital skill? It's not The question now is not if I should learn digital skill. The question now is what type of digital skill should I learn? And the truth of it all is you have a lot to learn. You have a lot when it comes to digital skills. You have a lot. We have a long way to go. African have a long way to go. And thank God, it's not a question or it's not an excuse of the infrastructure is not there. The most important infrastructure you need when it comes to digital skills is light, and that is power connection and internet connection. That is the difference between the first world and the third world Africa. Because when you talk about the first world, talking about the Europeans, these people, they don't have problem when it comes to internet connection, because all they just need to do is to plug into their Wi-Fi, just log into their hotspot on their Wi-Fi, log into hotspot, and they start browsing. And that is why an African man, when you invite an African man to even to sessions like this, summit like this on YouTube, what they are thinking about is their data. But the first world man is not thinking about data. So that is a great challenge on our own part. But when you know the importance of digital skills, you are going to do your best to ensure that you learn the skills. It is very, very important. And let me tell you the truth, COVID-19 has come and it has changed a lot of things. And whether you like it or not, those things have changed and they are going to be like that. So even if you think of probably when COVID-19 goes, um, meetings are going to start coming, physical meetings are going to come back. Where some physical meetings will come back, others will remain online. So so let me tell you the truth is go and learn digital skills. They are very, very important. Whether you like it or not, whether you believe me or not, COVID-19 has come and it has changed a lot of things. And those things that it has changed has come to stay, believe it or not. So if I were you, what I would do right now is to start owning my skills. For example, before if you need to open a shop, if you need to open, let's say, clothes, you need to get a shop, pay rent. But now, from the comfort of your home, you can even have a shop online. Look at Jumia. Jumia, they have online shop. Why a lot of people were complaining about their businesses online, Jumia were not. So also with Amazon and the rest. In fact, they sold more during the pandemic. Okay, that is that. Our second speaker is ready and she is in the waiting room. We are glad to have you and bring her up on stage now. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
We are so
Okay.
glad to have you on stage today,
Thank you.
and we are ready to hear from your wisdom. Okay, over
Okay.
over to you, ma'am.
All right. Thank you very much for having me. It's an honor to be here. So, I am going to be talking on the topic how to monetize your hobby. I know it's something a lot of people want to hear about, they want to do, how to monetize your hobby. So, first of all, what is a hobby? Hobby is something you love to do. It's something you are passionate about. It's something you do for free in your spare time. So that is hobby, what you love to do, what you're passionate about. Monetizing your hobby is something that is very easy and it is not easy at all. So just accept it that way. It is very easy and it is not easy at all. It depends. It is one of the greatest ingredients for entrepreneurship, your hobby. Because for you to be a successful entrepreneur, you have to be passionate about what you do. Without passion, you cannot really or easily survive as an entrepreneur. That's because you're going to face a lot of problems on the way. When people are singing entrepreneurship, it sounds interesting. Everybody wants to dive into entrepreneurship, but as you're diving in, know that a lot of people are diving out because of the problems they face. So, if we can properly package our hobbies, it is one of the greatest tool for entrepreneurship. It is one of the greatest tool whereby you can make money from because you're passionate about it. And so even when you face hurdles on the way, you can easily survive more than you can easily pack up and say you're tired of entrepreneurship. So I think this is a very interesting topic that we should really talk on for people to know what to do before you actually package your hobby and monetize it. So now, in the line of entrepreneurship, Monetizing your hobby or your hobby is what we call side hustle. So when you hear side hustle in entrepreneurship, in the entrepreneurial term, in quote, your hustle is just your hobby that is monetized. Yes, that is your side hustle because you're doing it in your spare time. Of course, that's what you do. Your hobby is what you love to do. It you're now making money from it. That's your side hustle, and that is it. So now, before you decide to monetize your hobby or turn what you love to do into a money making venture or become an entrepreneur from your hobby, there are a lot of things you have to take into consideration. You do not expect me to pay you money for something that you love to do if you do not sell it to me in the right way. Of course, you're turning what you like to do to a money making venture. You want people to pay for it. But if you just come and you sit in your house, for example, you're a comedian, you sit in your house and you crack joke and you expect me to pay for it, I will not pay for it. In that kind of situation, your hobby can never be monetized. There are a lot of things you have to look into before you can monetize your hobby. The first and foremost thing is that you have to commit time to fine tune your hobby. You have to commit time to refine that your hobby. There are a lot of things you have to do. There are a lot of studies. There are a lot of research you have to do to before you decide to monetize your hobby. First of all, this thing, is it possible for someone to pay for it? Yes. If someone has to pay for it, how will they pay for it? Why should they pay for it? What skills should I get to improve myself, to make this thing better, to make it sellable? These are the things you have to know. You have to know these skills and you have to get it. Even if you have to pay money to train yourself to get these skills that are going to be more refined to sell your hobby or to make your hobby viable, you have to do it first of all before you jump into monetizing your hobby. Then the next thing again, you are now turning it into a business. That is it. Monetizing your hobby means you're turning it into a business. You have to study the market that you are going into. You cannot just jump into the market. You have to study it. Okay, there are people that have tried to turn this thing into that I see as a regular thing or what I do for fun into a money making venture. Did they succeed? If they succeeded, yes, why did they succeed? If they did not succeed, okay, no, I think they did this, and they did not succeed. Okay, so I should work on making mine better, making mine more and that is where we talk about branding. Branding, that's your hobby. You cannot sell your hobby to me the regular way. You have to brand your hobby. Brand your hobby, totally brand it from your team to your name to your vision. Every single thing as your hobby has to become branded before you can start making money from it. Why do you have to brand it? Because no matter what you think about your hobby, there are 1,001 persons doing the same thing in the market. There are 1,001 persons doing the same thing. So why do you think that you coming in just now will now be the person that will make money from that business? We don't just, the world doesn't want the regular thing that has been happening. You have to refine yourself. That is why you have to brand your hobby. Everything has to be strategic, it has to be deliberate. Then also, when you brand your hobby, you create your structures on how you make money from these things. And also, you have to get a niche, or what we call in business term, look for a value chain in that line. You don't necessarily have to do the normal things that people have been doing. You can do something different in that particular thing, but it's still your hobby. Look for a value chain. If I'm doing this particular thing, where can I concentrate on that will be different for people? I'm using like a weird example, like you love to knit, for example, or you love to, okay, let me just say you love to knit or you love to bake or something. Now there are a lot of people that bake, there are a lot of people that sell these woven things all around. It is your hobby, fine and good, but do you necessarily still have to go ahead to bake? Do you think that is where you will get the most money from? It's not necessarily true. It is your hobby, but you can create a value chain. Create a value chain. Why don't you be the person supplying some of the ingredients that are rare in that particular field that you call your hobby? If you do that, you're still doing something you love, you're making money, but just that you carved that a value chain and you decided to make money from it. Instead of selling the woven items, why don't you sell the knitting pins or the wools that are hard to get for people to get? The rare materials, the rare things that people are looking for in that particular field. You are coming in with something different. It is still your hobby. You have turned it into a money making venture. Nowadays in Nigeria, everybody is looking at the Alibaba. Everybody is looking at who are the names of people in the comedy industry that are making money? AY. Everybody wants to go for AY show and everything. On a normal, these people were people that were struggling before. But somebody like Alibaba, that is a pioneer in that industry, decided to sit to think, how best do I package comedy to make it a business? I love to make people laugh, but then again, will I continue to make people laugh and then come back to my house and be hungry and sit down, let hunger finish my generation? He thought about it that no. And he took his time to structure a business that has become a great money making venture in Nigeria, and it's not just in Nigeria, in the whole Africa continent. He packaged comedy into a business. Now people have to pay to laugh. On a normal day, I'm sure you'd have thought to yourself, why will I ever pay to laugh? Like somebody can make me laugh, but no, you have to pay to laugh just because somebody turned their hobby, what they're passionate about, into a business. There are still people that have tried to turn comedy into a business and they have failed just because they did not decide to package themselves properly. You don't refine your jokes, you don't sell it, you don't make it classy. Nobody is going to buy it. Make whatever it is that you want to turn your hobby into a brand, and people will pay for it. See, and the funny thing is that there is nothing that you cannot turn into a money making venture. It just depends on how you package it. Let me say, for example, you love to travel, you love to go to places, and then you just spend money going to places, staying in hotel, and you're wondering, how do I make money from this thing? It's time to make money now. How do I know? How do I make money from this thing? And it's traveling. Oh, you can get a vlog or a vlog, anyone you choose to call it. You can get it. When you get to a particular town or a particular city, you go around the hotels, you make review, do your video. You can say, so you can help people help people to avoid the risk of going to waste their money, because sometimes there are some hotels that they are just good online, but physically they are trash. And when somebody goes there, he wastes their money. But then you have a blog now that you review hotels. People will pay you. Hotels will now start paying you to advertise their hotels on your vlog or your blog. They will start paying you that you have turned what you love to do to a money making venture. They will pay you to travel. And when they are paying you to travel, my friend, you will set your terms and condition of travel. Yes, of course, it's your money making venture. I do not travel by road, so they're going to pay your flight tickets. You've turned it into a money making venture for you, because they know that once they feature in your vlog, people are going to, their customer base is going to increase. As long as their customer base is being increased, their profit is increasing. They are making money from it, so they'll pay you in such a situation. So you're doing what you love at your own spare time, in your terms and condition. You can even afford to tell them that, wait, my family has to spend 1 week in your hotel before I do a review, to actually know how you could treat your guests, from the children to the adults, and let us know if it's a family friendly hotel or it's just a business hotel and everything. You're making your cool money. It's your hobby, but somebody is paying you for it just because you package it, and you focused on a particular aspect of the traveling agency. You don't have to be like everybody that is doing a traveling, somebody to come and book tickets from you, when obviously now I can just go online and book my own tickets. Those are things you have to do. Know your market before you can make money from your hobby, or before you monetize your hobby. Know your market. Know your target audience. Who are the people I'm actually going to sell this hobby to that we pay? Do you know, funny enough, there are some things that are meant for parents. You can sell it to kids, and kids will be the one doing your market to the parents. Very funny, very interesting. But then it is possible because there are some ways that children will tell parents, "Come, I need this," or "Let's go here. I've seen this on TV. Mommy, talk about this," and you'll be forced to get it. Maybe you've done an advert of a soap online. It might just be the child in the house that will make the parents to buy that particular thing. So know your target audience. Who are the people you are targeting that can make this a money making venture? You're going to know them, you're going to target them. You have to do a lot of studies. See, that's why I said it is easy to make money from your hobby, and then again, it is not easy because a lot of people just venture into it because they love to do it. You love to cook. You love to cook. Does it mean that you can actually package a restaurant the way I would want to come to it? Your food might be very, very sweet. You're very good in cooking, but maybe just because you use one plank store that I do not like, I am not going to come to your restaurant. People of my caliber might not want to come to your restaurant because we feel we don't like this place. There are certain people that might come, but you might not make the money you want to go, or maybe after some time you fold up. But then, if you package it in the way that you have a particular group of people that you're targeting, those people will come. Know your market. These are things you have to do. Fix a price point for your hobby. Know the price that people will pay for when you are a newbie in this particular sector, and you want to fix your price for people to pay for it. So know your price point. Study the industry. What are people paying already for this particular thing? How much do I charge? Know not to fix your price too low that they feel you're just one mediocre, I really don't know what you're doing, or too high that they feel people are already doing this and paying this amount. Why should I pay this person? Until you become established in that particular place. These are keys to help you monetize your hobby and actually succeed in that particular area. Because it's really easy to say, I want to monetize my hobby, I want to start this. As easy as you rush into making your hobby a business, you will easily rush out of it because you will definitely fail. You have to consult people that are experts in those fields. Get consultants, get advice, get mentors in those areas. People that are already good that can help you succeed in your business, that can help you, even if you have to pay for somebody to structure your hobby into a business, do it. When you start making money from this thing, you're not going to feel the effect of the expense you have made at first. Then also, you want to make money from your hobby and you want to make it to be a steady business that keeps bringing money. You do something today and someone loves it and then pays for it. You take the money and you eat it. You're not going to succeed. You need money to sustain whatever it is you're doing. No matter what you do, when you decide to monetize your hobby, the first thing you have to keep in your mind is that never eat your capital. You can eat a certain percentage from your profit for personal fulfillment, then keep the next percentage to reinvest to improve that hobby. That is something where most entrepreneurs fail in businesses. They tend to eat their profit, and then after a while your business cannot succeed, it dies, and you're like, but I really know how to do this thing. What now happened? Something happened along the way. These are still the structures we are talking about when you decide to monetize your hobby. And I dare to say that there is nothing you do, as funny as it is, there is nothing you do that you cannot make money from as a hobby. There's a lady that knows how to make money. I'm trying to remember her name. If I remember, maybe I might drop it for the host to tell you. You would not believe that she sells her moi moi at 6,000 naira per one moi moi. And people are buying the moi moi. They are buying. See, me, I would think, or even me, I'm thinking, will I carry my 6,000 naira and go and buy one moi moi that when I finish eating the moi moi, maybe I will get inspiration from the most that I don't know. But I dare to say that people are paying for that particular moi moi. You see these high class events that governors do anything, they call her to prepare moi moi. Offices need events, organizations need events. They call out and she prepares moment 6,000 naira per one moment just because of the way she decided to package herself. It is something she loves to do. She loves to cook. There's somebody that sells akamu and is making money. She has opened over 10 stores. 1 year akamu. You can check for her on Instagram. She is making money from akamu, the normal akamu that people sell on the road, and you go on a normal day. I'm sure you not buy one rack of akamu more than 100 naira, and you have to price sometimes. People don't price. Her price is there. People are opening chains of store. She's opening chains of store. People are getting into partnership with her from what she does, from her hobby. There are people that have made money from what they do, but it all boils down to the utmost thing, how you package your hobby. It's not just to rush to make money from it. You have to pay the price to properly structure what you do. Because when people say monetizing your hobby, you feel is what I do for fun. Yes, it's what you do for fun. But now, when you decide to monetize it, it has become a business. The only thing your hobby will do for you is that you already have the passion for this particular thing. So that passion is going to sustain you when you find difficulties in the line of business. That is the only thing your hobby is going to do for you. But when you have decided to monetize it, it is a business and you have to treat it as such. You have to treat it like a business. Write a business plan. If you do not know how to write business plan, pay people that know how to write business plan. And by the way, I know how to write business plan. So pay people that know how to write business plan, because then it is now a business. That is when you can make money from it. There are people making money from playing games. I'm sure that when you see somebody playing game 247, you might be like, hey, this one is just wasting his life. But there's some people that they cannot drop that game pad. You are wasting your money to buy the latest. It's not wasting. Let me not say maybe it's your hobby. You're buying the latest PS and you're struggling doing 200,000, 500,000 to buy a game. Somebody is being paid to test that game, to tell you, okay, fine, this is ready for the market, you can go ahead. I think people will buy it, or I think you have to change this and change this and change this. And they pay them. Of course, they give them the games for free. They pay them to play the game. So you see the person seated in his house 24 hours, pressing his gamepad. Why? Because he's being paid for it. He's catching fun. I'm sure they don't even have to dress up like you, that have to wear your high heel, do your hair, or wear your coat and trek under the hot sun that you're going to your office. They don't have to do that. They might just be on their singlet and boxers in their room playing game, their hobby, and they are making money. They call them game testers. They make money from it. Like, just think of the weirdest thing. So you can decide, maybe now you really don't know that this is my hobby. Oh, I think it's weird. Oh, how do I make money from it? You can send it to me. Let me answer your question. There's anything you can make money from, anything, anything. When I talked about focusing on the value chain, you might decide that it is a book you're going to write about this particular thing, not necessarily selling the thing. Write a book about it. You are making money from your hobby. Start a TV channel. We are in the era of COVID-19. Everything is going online. Everything is going digital. Open your channel on YouTube, open your channel, open your page on Facebook, go online, start talking about it. People would want to listen to you. People will pay for it. From there, people can decide to start calling you just because you talk about this thing. Obviously, they know you have an expertise in it, but it's what you love to do. They will call you, oh, you know how you say talk a lot about this thing. Can you do it? Of course. You are not doing it, but then just because you talked about it, you're doing it. Write reviews about particular thing. They are paying you. People are getting money from reviewing things for Google, and they call you and they pay you. There are a lot of things that you can make money from. There are a lot of things that you can do from your hobby. But the main thing I will tell anyone is know your brand, know your niche, know where you're focusing on. Plan. It is very key. I'll say it again, plan before you delve into that aspect. Another thing again, maybe you're passionate about this thing, and it's your hobby, you love to do it, and now you are working in maybe a bank, for example, or you're working in an office. And so you now tell yourself, I want to turn this my hobby into a full-time job, into a hustle. I want to do it. So I'm quitting my job. Quitter. Quit very well. And when you enter into the game of entrepreneurship, when you know it's not easy, there's nobody to fund your vision. That's your hobby. You will fail, and by that time you lose your job, and the hobby will frustrate you. So, for example, you're working in a particular place and you have this hobby. Do not quit your job yet, though. Entrepreneurship is not beans. Do not quit your job yet. Do not change that hobby into money making venture until what I would advise you to do is from the money you are being paid, take a certain amount and begin to invest in your hobby. Save money for the expenses that you're going to incur from that your job. Be saving it so that you can now use it to fund your hobby. So that when you are into in a difficult situation in that particular place, you have funds that you can fall back on. Because that's another thing again. Some people will say, how do I get money? Because if I have to monetize my hobby, of course you have to spend money to monetize your hobby. Everything is money. If you have a job, if you have something that you're doing, hold on to it very well. Hold it very strong. When you hold it, you get the money. When you get money, start investing in your hobby. Start investing on ways to improve your hobby. Invest in your intellect on how best you can package your hobby. Invest in it. And if you can set all these balls rolling, you create the structure, you brand your business, you get the knowledge, you research the industry, you get your target audience. These are steps, things you have to do. You get these things, you put these things in place. You know your market, you fix your price point, you do your research. You definitely, and I make bold to say it, you definitely will make money from your hobby. It is as easy as that. But remember, structure is very important. So if you have any questions or anything on how to make money from your hobby, you could actually send it to the host and they would let me know. I can see you through on how to make money from anything, no matter how crazy your hobby is. You can make money from it. I love to travel by air. I like to travel by road. It's really not easy to fly to pay flight tickets. So someone like me, I position myself to be in the place where people pay for my flight tickets. Most of the flights I've taken, most of the trips I have done, people paid for it. Yes, it's what I love to do. And sometimes if I have to carry my kids, you pay for it because I've positioned myself in a place where like people get to pay for it. If I have to come to your event, you pay for my flight ticket if it's not in my location. Yes, that's because I have something I'm doing that you have to pay for. It's my hobby. So when I'm above sea level, my brain is thinking, yes, I like I'm closer to God. There's something I like to do and something I found with. There are things like I anyway, I'm not going to do my secret to you people, but there are things I do to position myself right for organizations to be able to pay for it. So it's just me as an example. So there's nothing, whatever it is you love to do, you will and you are able to make money for it. But just first of all, prepare right. And that's where I would end my talk for today. Thank you very much.
Wow. Wow. That was a nice one. Making money from your hobby. How to monetize your hobby. So I believe we have learned something today. Not just getting an hobby, not just happy doing something, but at least turning your hobby to business. Um, is there any question for our guest? Is there any question for our guest before she leaves? Okay, okay, okay. I think there is no question for you. Okay, there's no question for you. So, ma'am, we thank you very much for joining us today, and we are so glad. We are so glad. That was indeed a great session
You're
with
welcome.
you, and we wish to have more of you next time. Okay, okay, ma. So since there is no question for you, I believe you can leave us now.
All right. Thank you
Okay,
very much.
thank you very much. Okay, so if peradventure there's any question, I will let you know. Okay, wow, that was another great session with our speaker today, monetizing your hobby. These days I love what people are doing. You see a lot of people, they love to chat on WhatsApp. They love to chat on WhatsApp. They love social media a lot. And what have they done with that? They have opened WhatsApp TV. I chatted a WhatsApp TV yesterday and I asked, how much can I advertise on your channel? And it told me 3,500 for 24 hours. And this is somebody that posts at least three ads daily on his own WhatsApp TV. So just do the calculation. When you do the calculation, you know how much he's making daily. Yes, it's making money from his hobby. I'm the type of person that I love I love to travel. I love business a lot. I love to travel. So what do I do? I started making money from traveling. I entered business. I traveled to Onitsha. In fact, traveling to Onitsha is like is like another second home. I travel a lot. I love it, and I make money from it. I turned that into business, doing business. You know, I'm still a student, and as I being a student, I'm the type of person that love helping people. I love it so much. I am so glad doing that, and I'm happy doing that. And I'm not just doing it free now. I have turned into money business, money venture. If you have to, if you have to seek me for anything, if I want to help you do something, you drop cash on the table and we do it. I love doing it, but it's not for free. So just figure out what you love doing, figure it out, and think about a way you can make money from it. Somebody stopped me. It was not on Sunday. Yes, it was on Sunday. He plays keyboard, and he met me. He was like, Peter, see, I want to make money. I want to make money. I want you to teach me how to make money. I see it in you that you are a business guru and you can teach me. You can tell me what to do. What did I say? I said, okay, fine. Let's sit down. Let's analyze. We began to make some analysis, and I began to tell him ways in which he could monetize his own knowledge. And he was like, wow, you mean it? I said, yes. And the truth is, the world is going digital. The world has gone digital. And I do tell people there are 1 million ways you can make money online now. The only problem we have is that we are just lazy. We are just very lazy. See, when you begin to see the testimonies of people, when you begin to see the alert of many people online, many people making money online, then you are going to know that a lot of things have changed. Right from the comfort of your home, you can make money. Things have changed. So you better sit up. Us sit up. Let us sit up. Get digital skills. It is very, very important. You love talking. Fine. Look at Emanuela. Mackenzie comedy. Let's go with that. They are comedians, right? Fine. Now, do you know that before, when during the time of Alibaba's, when Alibaba started, how do they make money from their comedy? They make money from their comedy when people pay to watch them, right? Fine. But do you know that now they don't need those shows again to make money from it? Yes, they don't need it to make money from it. They are now making money from from their YouTube channels. You look at Mark Angels, those people are not even, they don't even organize shows as much as Alibaba did, but they are millionaires today. Mark Angel is the youngest millionaire in Nigeria now. The small is a child. She is still a child and a millionaire. How old are you? How much do you have? How much can you boast of? So whatever you are doing, don't waste it. Don't waste it. Listen, I said, don't waste it. Make money from it. Whatever you are doing, spot it out. Think about how to make money from it. If you have issue, if you have challenges thinking about how to make money from it, if you have any hobby, you can reach out to us. Reach out to us at Wisdom TV, and we will help you to monetize it. And thank God we have the likes of Mrs. Pamela with us. She can also help you. So let's get this started. Let's change our mindset. Let's forget about, don't think about the government. Don't think about government producing job. See, let me tell you, there are no jobs anywhere. There are no jobs anywhere. And if you are waiting for a job, if you are waiting for government to for job to give you more job, you are just wasting your time. While you are waiting for government to create job, people are already creating jobs. People are already creating money making ventures for themselves. People are already printing their own currency. Don't think about salary. Think about printing your own currency with your own hobby, what you love doing. You can do it. You can do it. So henceforth, don't think about what can Nigeria do for me. Think about what can I do for my country, Nigeria. And let me tell you the truth. As you're thinking about what can I do for my country, Nigeria, think about how to monetize it. You love social media, there are 100 ways you can make money from social media today. You love talking, there are 100 ways to make money from talking. There are plenty ways. Let me use that word. Yes, plenty. It is plentiful. Oju. So let's get this started. This is Mindshift Summit. We want you to have a change of mind. We want to reposition you. You have to change your mindset. You have to change your mindset. You know, there was a time when my mom used to tell me, Peter, you are still young. Yes, and I used to believe that crap. I used to believe it, that Peter, you are too young. Until COVID-19 showed its ugly face. When COVID-19 showed its ugly face, I said I wasn't going home. When my mates were going home, I said no, I won't go home. And I stayed back in school to learn some digital skills. That was when I knew that Peter is no longer a small boy. Peter is no longer young. Yes. And thank God for COVID-19. Thank God for COVID-19. In this COVID-19, I also made a lot of money. So let's get started. Reposition your mind. You can make money from anything you are doing. Right from your bedroom, you can make money. In your bathroom, you can make money. You can be sitting on the toilets while you are making money. A lot. See, until you start receiving passive income, you have not started making money even while you are not working. You are just sleeping before you woke up. Before you wake up, you see a lot. So let's monetize whatever we are doing. Learn to monetize it. Learn to turn it into a business. And one way to do that is brand yourself. Brand yourself. See, until so sorry for that glitch in network. connection. So like where so whatever you are doing, thank God for the digital space. Has availed us a lot of opportunities and a lot of ways to make money. So do well to join us this evening for the second section, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel Wisdom Class TV as we continue bringing more informative sessions to you. God bless you and have a nice day. Once again, my name is Peter Abobwe. My name is Peter Abobwe. I'm a digital marketer, content creator, and a real estate consultant. So if in case you have any questions pertaining real estate, you can ask me and I'll give you the information you seek to attain. So thank you very much for this session.